Shabbat Shalom, family. We're going to go into the rhythm today. We're giving all praises and glory and honor to the Most High King of all creation. Asking that He will guide my mind, my spirit, my body, my language, and my speech as I approach unto you, His people. May the Most High be praised forever and forever. Shabbat Shalom, Akim. All right, going to make some minor adjustment. So family, go out, invite your friends, your family, your loved ones, and we're going to still strive for that 8 million mark. 8 million. We're trying to get 8 million viewers. We could do it, y'all. The only thing stopping us is us. Let's get started. Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good to see you all. Everybody in the room, Shabbat Shalom. May the Most High be with you. Thank you for spending your Shabbat day with us today. Just remember to give the Most High the utmost praise, glory, honor, and respect at all times. There's so many things we have to talk about today. So many things, so much has been happening within the nation. So much is going on around us while we are living in this today's time that has never happened in the earth before. Shalom. I want to specifically gear my attention toward the conversation of today. And the conversation will be about the power of prayer. The power of prayer. I had a sister, if you're watching, you know who you are. Actually, I had two sisters. You can just put it right there on that chair right there in the living room. And one sister, she called and she made a request that she wanted to know how to pray and how to show that you are asking the Creator or petitioning the Creator for forgiveness. Another sister I spent a lot of time on the phone with yesterday. We had a nice, long, extensive conversation, long enough. And her main purpose for calling was to see how she could be forgiven for her sins. The things that she has openly confessed that she's guilty of, she knows she's guilty of, she's not in denial, but she wants to know how she can be received back in the service of the Creator and call on Him again with a pure spirit. That is super, super important. Super important. There are many of us who violate the laws of the Most High and don't think twice about asking Him for forgiveness. Even when we come into the understanding and we gain the knowledge of knowing that what we're doing, what we have been doing, has been evil in the sight of the Creator. And what we do? We just move on as if we haven't done anything. As if we're not guilty of any crime or any sin or any violations against the Almighty. And we expect the Most High to continue to bless us, continue to guide us and be with us and protect us. And we approach unto the Most High as if we are sinless, guiltless, as if, listen, He let me live, so He can kill me. That's a lot of the attitude that a lot of us have when we attempt to approach unto the Most High, when we attempt to portray to the world that we are a special individual, the children of Israel. It's easy to wear that name, but very difficult to live that life. Very difficult. So I applaud the sisters, the both of them, for reaching out to Prince, speaking of myself in the third person, for reaching out to Prince and asking Prince for divine understanding. It's cool, and I appreciate it. I pray that the Most High has found their requests acceptable before him, and I pray that the Most High bring them healing speedily, that they will give unto him a pure service, where they can give unto him the best of them in the pureness of their essence. These things are extremely important. The problem is, a lot of us, we walk in this life, we live in this life, and we pretend as if our service to the Most High is not predicated upon the evil that we've done and the evil that we do. And it is. You can't walk before the Most High with an evil spirit trapped up inside you that has dominion over you. A lot of people don't understand that. Well, I'm going to share it to you like this. Your behavior that you participate in, that you practice, opens up in the spirit realm as a doorway. And it allows evil spirits, negative spirits, to capture itself within you, within your essence. And if you do this particular thing long enough, or even one time, but strong enough during that one time, what'll happen is that spirit will reside within you. And it will take itself, find residence up in you. And you won't even know that it's there. You think it's just a part of your normal behavior. You think it's just a part of your attitude, but it's not. It's something that you have allowed yourself to partake in, and you open that doorway up to let that spirit in. You know, I remember something like, everything they have in the movies ain't wrong. So don't believe it for a second. A lot of things they have in the movies are true. I remember in old days, when I was in my 20s, about 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Quote, y'all know what I'm talking about. They used to have vampire movies out. And the vampire will come to your house, but he couldn't come through your door unless you invited him in. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Same thing with evil and negative entities in today's reality world that we're living in today. An evil spirit will not come in unless you let him in. What are you talking about, Prince? You remember when Cain killed his brother Abel? And then the Most High went to Cain and said, Cain, what have you done? He said, sin lieth at the door. But you can overcome it. That's right. You can overcome it. Lying at the door means it is waiting to come in. It's waiting for you to participate in the evil, the negativity, so that you can allow that evil to come into you. And once you allow it to come in, it's in. The problem is getting it out. A lot of people think that this is a game that life is dishing out to us. We think that it's simple, or we think that this is just circumstance that these things are happening to us in our lives. And it's not. It's the spirits that you possess within you that are preventing you from receiving the blessings of the Creator on a level that you're supposed to have. So now let's multiply that by the size of a nation. If the whole nation is full with corruption and evil spirits, why would the Most High take us out of this land and put us back in our holy land so we can be even worse in our holy land than we are here in captivity? So if we all went through the process of alleviating our spirits or our flesh or our soul of those evil spirits, even if we don't get them all out, at least we went through the process of removing them from us, then that would better equip us with the ability to live together, to work together, to be as the Most High had for us to be. You understand? We are filled with the spirit of lust on a high level. No high level. It could be the Shabbat day when the sun get ready to go down, but I just got to get my thing off. Yeah, see my eyes get big. I got to get my thing, because that's how you look.
Relax.
You can't see yourself. Your eyes get big. You start bleed. Start sweating real hard. Oh man, you get all excited. You get that feeling because you got, well, you know it's the Shabbat, right? 5 minutes to the Shabbat. I just got to get it off. Creator said, long as I don't do it on Shabbat, I'm cool. Get it to me. And it's over. Go take your bath, son. Why couldn't you control your essence? See, what I'm saying is on a small level, but it goes to other levels and it's real and it's real powerful. And I'm showing you this to show you how powerful that lustful spirit is inside of us. You know that you shouldn't be having sex with a man or a woman except they're your wife or your husband. For women, it has to be your husband. For men, you know you're supposed to be married to that girl. You're not supposed to be sexing her. But that lustful spirit is so strong. Oh, we just gonna try this. And then that thing leads to another thing. Then that thing leads to another thing. And then all of a sudden, wham. You done did what you know you're not supposed to do. We can go real deep on that sexual lust demon. Because that lustful spirit will take us into places that we know we shouldn't be. That lustful spirit is, to me, the worst by far. Because a man will go out and sell his soul to satisfy his lusts.
Why are you looking at me?
Another spirit that we have is a jealousy spirit.
Yes.
An extremely jealous spirit. You know, they talk about that spirit that's jealousy that's like crabs in a barrel. Where one crab pulling the other crab, soon as the other crabs start coming, something good start going in one crab's life, the other crabs start pulling back down. Okay. That's a jealousy spirit. I want it for me, I don't want it for you. And if you got it, I'm going to turn everybody against you so that they won't like you and possibly like me. There's a lot of people that hold on to that type of spirit also. You got something nice. Say you got a Benz sitting outside, a brand new 2022, 21 Benz sitting outside, and it's 2020. Purple green, two-tone, purple and green. You look at it one way, it's purple. You look at it another way, it's green. Oh, that's the old fly stuff, piped out seats. But your man is competing with you silently, and you don't know it. Or your girl, you got that Gucci bag. Your girl don't like you because you got that, she really act like she like you, but she really jealous of you because you got that Gucci bag. You got that car, she got the Gucci, oh, matter of fact, you got the car and your girl got the Gucci bag. So now both of y'all is disliked because y'all think y'all all that. And if this person who has this jealous spirit gets enough momentum going, you will be disliked by others who really ain't got no accusations against you. And don't even know why they dislike you. Just because somebody they associated with, they allowed that spirit that's on them to get on them. Okay. And that brother or that sister will turn a whole nation of people against you if they're not proper in the correct ways to remove evil spirits from you. Today we're going to learn the correct way of removing evil spirits from you. The very first thing that you have to do is keep the laws of the Most High to the best of your ability. Walk in your integrity before the Creator at all times. At all times. Live your life as if this might be the last day of your life. Okay. When you make decisions, when challenging decisions are coming before you, always go unto the Most High and seek advice. Go unto Him and seek Him for strength. If you find yourself getting weak, and a certain situation presents itself before you, call out to the Creator and ask for help. You know, find the name of the Most High constantly on your lips through the course of the day. This is strange, but I had to take notice to this myself. I used to be a young man when I was a young man. like 2 years ago, when I was a young man. 2 years ago, that's all. 2 years, 37, 2 years ago. So, in my youth, from that 37 age down, I used to always like looking at women. Sexy women. Oh man, they dress half naked. I'm going to talk about you, but I'm going to be looking. Wow, she dressed like, yeah, She ain't supposed to be dressed like that. Yeah, you stop your car. Hey, what's up, shorty? Yeah, yeah, my name Prince. My name Dwayne. You get the smiling and cheesing. She looking all abominable. I don't know why men act like they higher, they're stronger than what they really are. So I'm watching and looking. Damn. And what is it that you're imagining in your mind? I was never imagining actual sexual intercourse. But what I was doing was I was allowing that demon to come and reside within me, or that spirit of lustfulness to come within me. It didn't go as far as taking you home, having sex with you, and not making you a wife. None of that happened. But the fact is that you're lusting after flesh, knowing that it's something that's controlling you, and you shouldn't have anything controlling you other than the proper righteous spirit that's going to lead you closer and closer to the Creator. So now, later on in life, about 2 years later, 39 now, something in there. My son looked up at me like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody know I'm just smiling for the camera saying that, right? Everybody know I'm older than 39. But I ain't going to tell nobody that, 39. So then I've learned that I developed a method. Now, I didn't even know I developed this method.
What's the method?
I'm going to tell you. I didn't even know that I had developed this skill. I had to catch myself one day and say, how come every time I'm looking at these girls, this happened? What I noticed is subconsciously, to keep myself from sinning against my spirit, and I said that right, from sinning against my spirit, from allowing certain entities, lustful entities, to enter into me. When I'm driving down the street, my mind automatically shifts to praising the Creator. I have it in my mind that when I'm praising the Creator, I don't want to look on a woman because she may be unclean. Just looking on that woman may be unclean. In the spiritual realm, that may be a violation. So what I've programmed myself to do, without even knowing that I programmed myself to do, because it wasn't intentional, is that when I see a woman with the slightest view of a lustful spirit, the slightest hint, automatically my mind goes into that zone. Now I'm driving down the street. And I see a girl on the side, halfway down the block, girl up the street. That's how bad we got it, brothers.
Yeah.
Halfway up the street, driving up the street with some booty shorts on, the cheeks hanging out, and a halter top on. And before I even get to the chick, my mind automatically shifts into that zone where I'm praising the Creator. And when I praise the Creator, I don't want to look at a woman because I don't want her to be in that condition of her uncleanness. And for some unknown reason to me, it makes my prayer to the Creator null and void. So I change up, switch gears. By the time I finish my prayer, I'm past the chick. And I've noticed that happens all the time. I would say 99.9% of the time, that happens. So when I realized that this is taking place, I couldn't give the glory to nobody but the Creator. For He's given me something that I didn't even know I asked for. He equipped me with something that I knew I needed it. I definitely needed it. Because I was a man just like y'all. A lot of men today, that's how we choose our wife, our nashim. By lusting after them before we really get to know if they're worthy of being a wife. And then when you're doing that, you make exceptions for this individual. You make exceptions. Because your eyes has opened up a doorway to let that lustful spirit, that lustful demon to enter into you. And you oh man, if you got it going on, you got good game, you can rap that rap. You know you're going to get it. So you drop hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm Prince. I'm down the street down here. How long you been here? You know how to put that game down. You know how to put it down real smooth. You know how to do it. You're going to get what you desire. But what you're desiring is evil, and you don't understand it. See, I moved for many years in that evil spirit and didn't even know. And I was in the way of the Most High. I was in the way of the Creator. I knew I was a Hebrew Israelite teaching people how to serve this king. And I was wicked because I allowed these spirits, these entities within me to control me. I ain't no problem breaking down scripture. I ain't no problem getting in combats and arguing and fussing with people and debating scriptures and teaching you how to live and how to do this. Oh, I can talk to you too. But in my mind, I was encapsulating and stunting my spiritual growth because I was allowing that demon to possess me. And it wasn't until about 10 years ago that I took control of that and really got it up out of me on a higher level. And even though I've done that, don't think that it don't try to creep back in, because it does. But you got to know what you want to do. It has to become a part of you. So now I invite the Most High to take control of me when that negative, evil, or lustful spirit is trying to take over. Sisters, I say the same thing for you. When that negative spirit is trying to come in and you know that this is a violation against the law codes of a righteous individual, just call on the Most High. Pray to the Most High. Ask Him for help. And if you mean what you say, you're going to do it. He's going to give you the help you need. He's not going to turn you away. That's right. Wickedness is contagious, extremely contagious. But a lot of us have no understanding of it, no idea. So after today's lesson, hopefully, Creator willing, in Yurtse Yotze, if the Creator wills it, then you guys will know how to better equip yourself, to prepare yourself to fight off a lot of the evil and negative spirits. Now, your evil and negative spirits come in different levels to different people. The Most High ain't going to test you with something that you already ain't got no problem with. If you're a straight man, He ain't going to test you with homosexuality because you're straight. That ain't no issue for you.
Right.
A homo dude come up to you, say, hey, what's up, man? You punch him in the mouth, knock him out, keep on walking. Ain't no big deal. You know what I mean? But let Big Butt Susie come up to you. And for you sisters, that good-looking, light-skinned dude that got all that dollars and it's all cool, or he might be that spiritual leader that look all good that you just been sitting in the back talking about one day when he all of a sudden take notice of you and give you that attention, but yet you know that Moray is wicked. He tests you with those things you desire most. He tests you with those things. If you are an individual who you are crazy about this female, and you know this female ain't walking in the law, ain't walking in the truth, but yet you keep trying to make compensation for her because you really want her, even if you're trying to make her your wife, you're trying to do it righteously, but you know she's not going to work. Because when you talk to her about the Shabbat day, she hangs up the phone, don't want to talk to you no more. So what you do, you stop talking to her about the Shabbat day, but yet you still want to be her man. Why waste your time? You're allowing evil to come into your life. And what will happen most oftentimes when you have a behavior like that, sisters, you can flip the script and put it with that man that you want to have in your life that will not come around to the laws of the Almighty. There is absolutely no reason for a woman to be married to a man that after she been trying, now she was in this way of life. And he ain't. Before she met him, she was in this way of life. She went out and got another dude off the street saying that she gonna make him her husband. So she tries. She laying down with him. She tries. She's still laying down with him. And she tries. And she's still laying down with him. Now all of a sudden she want to say, Prince, I want a divorce. Why do you want a divorce? Because he ain't gonna serve the Creator. And sisters, why you get yourself in that position? Why did you even go with a man or for a man that wasn't walking in the ways of the Almighty? Why? Stop looking on that side of the street. Everything you need is on this side of the block. Everything. And sisters, you are super sensitive to this type of situation because you have to obey your husband. So if your husband is an unrighteous man, and you married to, he's your husband, and he say, no, we going out on Saturday night, you can fight with it all you want and call me all you want, but I'm going to tell you you're wrong. Because you are to obey your husband. That's why you shouldn't get married to him. Hey, what the Most High command you to do? Your desires shall be toward him. We can argue that argument all day, all night if you choose.
I don't want to argue the argument, but how can your vow to your husband supersede the law?
Because your vow to your husband is your God. Your vow to your husband is your God. You got to understand the importance of being married to a man. And a lot of people don't understand. That's why I tell you, you can't be married to these pagan dudes that ain't worshiping the Creator. Because think about this for a minute. If the man is the head of the household, right? Which means that his spirit governs the house. Although you go out to Shabbat service, you come back home, you coming back home to an evil spirit, to an evil presence. Because his spirit, ordained by the Creator, governs that house. Now you can bring that portion of righteousness in that house and try to convert him. But if he refuses and he's downright not going to do it, you can try to worship the Creator all you want. But if you're married, you belong to your husband. And a lot of us need to understand how important it is to have a righteous man in your life. You don't go out and get a bum off the street and think you're going to make him a millionaire tomorrow. It don't work that way. You're taking a long shot. And long shots in today's world don't look too good. This is why sisters have to make sure that the man that they marry has the same desire as they do in working before the Creator. He doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. But his desires must be perfect toward this king. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. It is your duty as a wife to obey your husband. Now, if you see your husband doing something wrong, you have the right to respectfully ask of him or request of him that you not participate. But ultimately, he makes that last decision. That's why it's important that you have a righteous husband. Now, if you got a weak husband, if you got a husband that ain't really a man, in any way, shape, and form, he gonna let you do whatever you want to do. And flip the script. You the man, you got a wife, she ain't doing the law. Because I know some of y'all brothers thinking that right now in your mind. Well, Prince, you know what? I got a wife that, man,
Listen, what you say?
she ain't been doing the law a long time. What you saying, Prince? What you saying? I'm saying to you, brother, you out of order. Totally out of order. There is no reason for a man who is walking in this truth to the best of his ability to be having a wife that is not doing the same. Especially if you've been in it 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. I knew elders, and I still know elders today that's been walking this walk before I came into this walk. And their wife at home, totally pagan.
All the way.
Totally pagan.
100%.
And the elder, oh, he is so righteous. So that's Zacchaeus. Shalom, Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus died. He died. Moot. Gone.
Don't do it.
Guess what happens?
How can that be though?
He has a pagan funeral. His pagan wife gave him a pagan funeral. You know, this is a curse. I mean, I'm up in the funeral, they talking about Jesus. I said, whoa. Wow. What can you do? He embarrassed the Most High, so the Most High embarrassed him. There's nothing you can do. I'm telling you, brothers, get your life in order. I'm telling you, sisters, get your life in order. Straighten it up. Look at the people dropping off, running. You can run, but you can't hide. Truth is truth. But truth only hurts the guilty. It only hurts the guilty. If you're not guilty, then it doesn't hurt. I applaud people who walk this way of life and yet are struggling to stay married. I applaud them for that. Because both the husband and the wife, although they have a difficult time, they're trying to remain One. I respect that. But I have no respect for those who walk away from their husband or walk away from their wife and walk away from the law at the same time. It happens too often, and it's a fact. So in today's lessons, we're going to learn the power of prayer, first of all. We're going to learn how to protect you from these evil entities that's fighting to get in you, to possess you, to take over you. We're going to learn how to submit ourselves to the law and the truth of the Most High in a higher degree, in a higher level. Okay? Is there anything else we want to talk about before we bust into this lesson? Tell me what's on your mind. Maybe you want to talk about what we just talked about.
No.
The floor is open. You got some questions? Bring it.
Is prayer what you said you do when you see that pretty girl?
Absolutely.
Okay. Or if you're about to get into a situation that's unrighteous,
Absolutely.
and that is a prayer.
Absolutely.
But what if you're the type of person that doesn't go into a ritualistic prayer, say 5 times a day, or maybe you pray 150 times a day, because you're always constantly speaking to the Creator or asking for His forgiveness or understanding in a certain situation. Is one different than the other?
No.
Okay.
Ritual prayer is extremely different than regular prayer.
Okay.
But the way that I approach it, because my heart, my mind, my spirit is pure, there's no difference. I'm seeking the Most High's guidance
Gotcha.
to the best of my ability. So if my ritual prayer, I go through the performance of cleaning myself, bathing myself, making sure I'm ritually acceptable before the Creator, before I prostrate myself on the floor to the King. If I'm driving down the street and I see something like that, automatically in my mind, under my breath, I'm thanking the Creator and praising the Creator. I can't really say it's even a prayer like the ritual prayer, but it's a form of meditation, giving honor to the Most High King, thanking Him for whatever He's done, whatever He do, giving Him His respect. Yes.
I'm trying to shoot some Israelite sisters some bail right now.
You trying to do what?
I'm trying to give them an out, as far as you're saying about the husband. What if you have a non-righteous husband that's a provider, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have home, children, whatever you have of this world. You know, children aren't. I mean, everything you got going on, and the man is not as righteous as an Israelite man, or doesn't have a relationship with the Creator, but you kind of need this husband to provide for you. Should she just bail, find herself a righteous man, and then struggle her?
That depends on the situation.
Okay.
When I'm speaking about an unrighteous man, because you have men who don't serve the Creator, but yet serve the Creator. Every man who doesn't profess to be an Israelite is not an evil man.
Right.
So that you have to understand.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is when a man or woman is married to an evil man who is against the laws of the Most High, who teaches her against the laws of the Most High, and causes her to violate the laws of the Most High. That's what I'm speaking about. That type of man.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Yes, you got to find your way out. But in your way of searching for your way out, I would suggest that you go to the Most High and ask Him for a way out.
All right.
Don't take it upon yourself to think you know the way. Ask the Most High for the way, because you'd be surprised how the Most High works. He does things that you never even imagined to free you from a situation. But one thing you said that I got to bring back to the floor with you. You said the man is the provider. This is not true. The Most High is the provider.
No, I just,
That man could possibly be providing because the way that you live in your life, the Most High knows that it's coming to protect, to provide for you. So He allows doors to be open in that man's life to bring you what you need. But if you got a wicked and evil man in your life who's in that situation, flee, run.
but then that opens up another Pandora's box, because I know some righteous people that don't know the ways of commerce or common sense about dealing with money, and they struggle because of it. But they have righteous thoughts, righteous deeds, but they don't seek to better themselves and take care of themselves. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Are they servants of the Creator?
They're servants
Are
of the
they
Creator.
so-called Hebrew Israelites living according to this law?
See, I don't know how well they're walking
Okay.
with the Creator.
They live like everybody else on the street, you're saying? They live like the common man.
Yeah.
Okay. Then may the Most High have mercy on their soul. That's all I can say. May the Most High have mercy on them. And if he does, then maybe one day they'll come to the realization, or they can meet somebody like you that can teach them how to do commerce.
All right, I got you. I want to go back down to the wickedness and money and different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Past life. I know person A here, then I might know person B here, right? And they say, hey, do you know anybody that can help me with some unrighteous behavior or anything like that where maybe I could mediate and then I'll take care of you?
Say that one more time.
Okay, I'm not trying to get this.
I'm trying to understand you.
Okay, you have this brother right here,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
He's looking to do something illegal, right? And you have this brother right here that would participate in some illegal activity.
Yes.
And this guy says, hey, Yeshai, I know you know a lot of people. Can you link me up with something and I'll take care of you? Do I look at that as like, yo, I should do that since I'm not doing it? You feel I'm not directly in it, I'm just linking these two people up?
That's a good question.
But then I'm like, yo, that's a blessing from the Most High. I can finally get that E63S AMG I want with the purple seats.
Yeah, but
It looks black at, at a certain angle and purple in the other.
I don't know. Prince could correct me if I'm
But I'm
wrong.
asking, is that
I'm saying Prince could correct me if I'm wrong. But if I know
yeah.
that he's doing something unrighteous, even though I'm not doing it, and he wants me to help him with that,
Yeah.
even though I'm not physically doing
These
it,
guys are just farmers.
right? But I'm still partaking it to some way, even
Gotcha.
though I'm not physically doing it.
Yeah.
But I'm still partaking in somebody else's unrighteousness, knowing that it's unrighteousness.
Mhm.
Then I'm guilty. Period.
Gotcha.
Because that's unrighteous, and I know it's unrighteous. Even if I'm not partaking of it, being those unrighteous, I should have nothing to do with it. And Prince, am I right in saying that?
If it's unrighteous, you should have nothing to do with it.
Okay.
I would think, being though you know it's unrighteous, regardless if you, that's like if somebody say, all right, my man's selling drugs, per se, my man's selling drugs. And he know I know another guy, because I used to be out in the street, I'm not no more, but I know a guy that he can get his drugs from cheaper from, because I got my drugs cheaper when I was in the street.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah. So if he come to me and be like, well, I know you know that guy.
Like
I
a
can
whole
get-
house full of drug dealers.
I don't know what's going on, man. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, if I can
These
get,
guys
I
are-
know, you know somebody I can get
Yeah.
it cheaper from what how
Yeah.
you used to move out here.
Right.
And I know you can get it cheaper from. Now, me being now that I'm in the truth, and I know I'm not supposed to be taking part of that, me linking him with somebody else that's doing that is still unrighteous, and I know it's
I
unrighteous.
totally understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean? I know even though I'm not doing it no more, but even though if I'm not getting no money from it or nothing, just me linking them together, knowing that it's an unrighteous act, is making me guilty in the eyes of the Most High. You know what I mean?
I totally understand what you're saying. But that's where I want to get into certain things be tests and certain things be blessings. You understand what I'm saying? It could be the creator of these phone calls to you are tests. Because if you follow this, I'm going to send you down a whole nother road. You feel what I'm saying? And you're going to be nothing but in a bad way. You understand what I'm saying? But then you might look at it as, oh, I was just looking at the Mercedes brochure. Oh, the creator just blessed me. You know what I'm saying?
But he's not going to bless you with something that had to do with some unrighteousness. So that's not a blessing. It might be a blessing in your eyes because you want it,
right,
but when you think about it, that's still not a blessing.
I just
want
wanna-
the rate ain't going to
Right.
with it.
So let me get it all back together.
Right.
When the woman then turns around like, I just need a man that's helped me with these 3 kids in this 4-bedroom house. You sent me a man that was on the other side of the phone call. He's not righteous. Right? But he's here to take care of your children, take care of your house, and provide food during the pandemic.
Well, like Prince said,
Is that now back to the woman? That's what I'm saying.
I would say, like Prince said, that's them demons again. Because listen to what I'm saying. Because if you know that man is
Okay.
unrighteous, there's no way the Most High sent him. That's the adversary sending him to you. The Most High is not going to send a woman in need an unrighteous man. That's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen, bro.
I know I'm confusing the whole issue, but Prince said that maybe the man gets blessings because you're righteous.
That is if he's willing to, but you know that already. If the man is willing, if the woman, if they meet each other and she lets him know her stance, and she's a Torah keeper, she's a law keeper. This is what she do. This is her lifestyle. When this man come into her life, she knows from point blank when she had that conversation with that man if he's going to be accepting of that or if he's not. She knows from his response, from when she let him know what she's into, how she lives her life, and how she goes about things. Now, if he's not, when his answer comes, if it's not, well, I want to know more about that, or what's going on. If it's not that type of an answer, then she need to leave him alone.
Okay,
It's not. She need to leave him alone.
But hold on. Let me, because I'm just saying this is real world stuff, and
Right.
everything he's saying, I kind of know a person already dealing. Hold on, Prince. Hold on. Now, maybe this man is about to be on this walk now, but he just got to clean his act up.
That's
right?
a difference because, like I said,
One foot in, 1 foot out.
But like I said, that's a difference. If when they have that conversation,
Okay.
and he shows her interest in what she's talking about, then she can work with that man. But if when they have that conversation, if he's not showing no interest towards the Creator or wanting to know more about what she's talking about and the lifestyle that she's living, she has to let that go.
Okay.
She has to let it go.
I hope I didn't, you know.
Hey, I don't have any problem with it. This is what we're here for.
Okay.
So get it off your chest.
That's what I'm saying, because it's
You
nuanced.
could be answering somebody's question in the audience that I didn't even touch on.
Okay,
I'm not
but
gonna
it's
bother.
nuanced
Please.
situations because all the time, and it just don't have to be, you know, vegetarians calling. It's work-related stuff. Somebody might want to do something illegal, work-related, or they might want to do something here or game the system. I get calls like that all the time, and I ask myself personally, "Hey, yo, is this that? You know, is this going to get me closer to my dream of AMG, or do I got to still walk around with the little scoot buggy I got?
You know what it boils down to, bro?
Yo.
Us in this walk,
Yeah.
we know how we're supposed to walk.
Integrity.
Exactly. We know how we're supposed to walk.
Yeah.
So it can't nothing get in the way of how we supposed to walk. It's set before us how we're supposed to live this life. Now, if something is coming between that or blocking it, you can't have nothing to do with it. Even if it benefits you in the long run, that's just the adversary coming to you, testing you. You can't just leave. There's nothing that can take you off this walk. Period. Nothing.
Gotcha.
You can't let nothing. I mean, now we're not perfect and we all fall. But I'm saying knowingly, you can't knowingly. If I know something is unrighteous and is not of the Most High, I can't accept it. Knowingly, I can't do that because that's basically smacking the Creator in the face. If I'm not going to be, if you want to be blunt about it,
Right.
if you're going to tell the Creator that you want to walk a certain way and you want to live His life, you can't. That's that Christian stuff.
Right.
You can't just say, I'm going to walk this way and do something unrighteous and then go to the Creator and say, can you forgive me for this unrighteousness when you knew what you were doing was unrighteous in the first place. It don't work like that.
Right.
Now, if you do something unrighteous unknowingly, then yeah, you can go to the Creator and, but if you know before you even do something, like I was saying about the instance with the drug dealer or whatever. If I know I'm not supposed to have no parts in that, I know it when it comes to me. Mm-hmm. When the question is presented to me, and I know right then and there, I'm supposed to leave this alone.
Got you.
And I decide to do it anyway? Come on now, bro. We Israelites. We can't do that. We're not Christians. We can't go back and, I'm sorry, please. No, because you knew what you were doing when you did it.
And I'm going to tell you, like Prince told me about another situation. He was like, block the number.
There you go.
Take the number out your phone.
There you go.
Right?
You gotta cut it at this
Cut the number right out your phone.
There you go.
Because I told the brother about a situation I was tempted with the other day. And I blocked the number before, then I unblocked it to check on the person.
Right.
Then a week later, I got another phone call with the same temptation. And then I talked to Prince. He said, yo, I thought you blocked the number.
You should take that advice though. You got to cut that stuff at the cut. You got to cut it at the door.
So the thing being, let's wrap it all up, is thoughts together. The sister with the unrighteous husband, that's the provider.
Right.
Right? That might be her test.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The few phone calls I might get during a month might be my test. You understand what I'm saying? But
How about the brother
go ahead, Mr.
that has the unrighteous wife, but that's afraid to leave her? Maybe that's his test.
Exactly.
There we go.
But like Prince said, what he say earlier, the Creator ain't gonna test you with nothing.
No, that you don't like. Exactly.
That you cool with. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like he used the example of the homosexual. I'm a straight man, so like he said, if somebody come to me, it's gonna be a defense. Well, hey, bro, you better get out of here. It's nothing for me to do that because that go totally against me. But the same way, we all men.
Mm-hmm.
So I would hope that I would do the right thing, and then move through. But women can, you know what I mean? They can.
I got you.
And see,
I got to get with Prince about the semi-righteous man. Let's talk about the man that tries to be righteous with a totally unrighteous Gentile-minded woman.
Can't do it.
Let's stay on that. Let's get on that topic right there.
You can't do it.
I know where you're going with this, right?
You can't do it, bro. There's no way possible. There's no way possible.
So when the semi-righteous man, the man that tries, the man that's been in the law for 20-some odd years, going on 30 years, right? Has an not unrighteous woman, she's just no opinion on spiritual matters.
Well, she's unrighteous when she tries to prevent him from doing righteous deeds.
There we go.
All day long.
All day long.
All day long.
So then, semi-righteous man says, you know what, Prince, you're right. Let me go out here and find the Israelite sister.
Well, in order for the brother to go out and find an Israelite sister, first he has to create the proper platform to take on an Israelite sister.
Yes, he does.
He has to create that first. So
Right.
in order for him to create that, he has to have something of his own.
Yes.
That when he finds this sister, he
Yeah.
can be wed her and move her and take care of her and provide for her
Right.
in his place.
In said place.
Dang.
Right.
Dang.
You go to the sister, say, hey, yo, these is my plans. This is what I'm trying to do. Right?
Right.
I no longer mishandle my finances. I cut out the casino. I don't do this. You know what I mean? I'm not a vegetarian farmer anymore. I'm working hard. I'm not lazy that much. I do my job. This is what we're going to do.
Right.
Right? And then at every single turn, course, everywhere, the righteous woman fights him on the plan.
Then she's not righteous.
Exactly.
No, but she's not.
She's
not
not
that
righteous.
she's not
She's not a
righteous.
righteous woman.
Hold on. Let's get this because these are Israelite sisters, right? These are Israelite sisters. Just like Prince said, hey brother, you need to stop mismanaging your finances. Stay out the casino. Let's buy this land, get this land, do this, do all that. The same thing you gotta tell the sisters. Stop, Creator forgive me, stop mismanaging your poom poom. You know what I'm saying?
And we had that conversation.
That's a very good. That's a very good.
Stop. Just like you could say, brother, stay out of Vegas. Don't go to AC. Don't do this. Stay out the Mercedes-Benz catalog on the website. Concentrate on building your land and building a righteous home. Same thing you tell that brother. You got to tell the sisters, hey, stop mismanaging your poom poom.
You don't think I do that?
No, we're different. No, but it's not just the lustful things. It's the picking of the man. Then you have 3, 4, 5, 6 kids, and then you like, hey, I want the fellow that used to mismanage his finances to bail me out, shoot me some bail to take care of these 4 or 5 children I got. I'm over exaggerating, and walk this righteous walk.
Now, my thing on that is.
But you gotta cut it out though.
Right.
You gotta
Now, see, this is what
don't
I'm
even
about to
have a mismanaging attitude.
Right, this is what I'm about to say though. Now, as far as that go, when we all come to the truth, you know, we was all under delusion, so forth
Yes.
and so on. So listen to what I'm saying. So before we came into this truth, all of us mismanaged everything.
Everything.
So what I'm saying is, in that case, if you have a woman with more than one child, but now, you know what I mean, if that was done before she was in the truth, and she's in the truth at this point,
Mm-hmm.
then she has a new slate. As far if she's going by, this is what I'm saying. Even the Most High say, bruh, that once you come into this truth and you turn from your wicked ways, then that was in your past is gone. That's what the Most High say. That's not my words. So if you come into this truth, how can I say, like me personally, I got a past. I was in the street, so forth and so on. Now that I'm in the truth and I'm walking the correct way, can't nobody chastise me for what I did 15 years ago. Can't nobody chastise me for what I did 10 years ago. Because I'm not doing that now. I'm in the light now, and I'm walking the correct way. So even the Most High said, as long as I'm doing those things, and I'm not going back to what I was doing before I came into this truth, then I can't be charged for those things.
Okay, listen, I got you, and I'm dealing with me, because when I talk, most of the things I say is dealing with me. Yes, I have dibble and dabble, mismanaged my finances, dealt with primarily Gentile-minded sisters, right? But when you come before a Gentile-minded sister, a righteous in the law sister, right? And I say this about poom mismanagement. It's not just how you keep up with your kids or how you do this or how you cook or clean or anything like that. It has to do with the attitude that you don't need no man, or you're going to rely on government services, or I can't pull you out the home you're in because it's subsidized by the white man.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's part of poom mismanagement.
Right, but like I said, if she's in this truth, this is what I'm saying. If she's in this truth, if she's really in this truth, those things she should know better than coming into this. Somebody should have taught her those things. Like I'm saying, if you're coming into the truth now, if a woman's coming into the truth, listen to what I'm saying. If a woman's coming into the truth, whoever her elder is, when she comes into that, or whoever the cover is over her, she's to be instructed that those things that she did before this point is no longer tolerable.
All right, we got to wrap this up.
I'm wrapping it up, but that's back to. I apologize because I go long and wrong. You understand what I'm saying? You got it, but you understand what I'm saying, right?
You said so many things.
I said so many things.
You said a lot of stuff.
But yeah, that's it. I'm out. I'm done. Then cut me off. Cut my mic off. I'm being like, cut me off.
I assume you're talking about a situation that's really real in everyday life, but you're trying to defend a side of that situation. And every person that's walking in the ways of the Most High has to be held accountable for their actions.
Yes.
A man shouldn't be walking in the ways they created and got an unrighteous chick on his side.
You're right.
It can't happen. It shouldn't happen. And if it does, you will end up being her slave. She will end up wearing the pants, and you will end up wearing the skirt. Yes, ma'am. Yes, dear. Yes. I know this is a reality. And it's because the Creator tested you with it, and you failed the test. So He turned you over to your desire. And then when that desire, and when He turned you over to it, you won't even realize it. It'll take somebody else to pull your coattail and say, yo, man, why that girl boss you around like that? Why is your marriage like that with her? It'll be so bad that you'll go to a situation where, let's say, hypothetically, make up a situation. She call you and say, hey, man, this guy here at the checkout store, I'm at the dollar store, and this guy at the checkout store in the dollar line just cussed me out. He cussed me out, told me to get out of here, and he gonna check my bag, talking about I was stealing. And you come up there, she mouthing off. You ask her to be quiet. She's still mouthing off. Baby, let me handle this. Just quiet up. Hold up. She's still mouthing off. You say, well, look, you gonna let me handle this or you gonna do it? I got it. And she's still mouthing off. Why do you have her? She doesn't obey your voice. That means you're a weak man. That's what it means. If you got a wife and you can't control her with your mouth, you don't deserve to have her.
Okay.
You don't deserve her. Because she's too strong of a woman for you. Okay. You give a request to your wife, it's something that you need her to do. She don't do it. You ask her again, baby, maybe you forgot. Baby, I need you to really go pick the kids up from school because I can't get there. And she sitting at home talking on the phone to her girlfriend, and I'm on the phone right now, nigga. Leave work. You go get them. That's how she talk to you? That's a disrespectful wife. Why would you be in a situation like that?
Got you.
No reason.
it's your fault. So now I'm not saying that all of our sisters are like that, because we got a lot of great Hebrew sisters that know what they're supposed to do, know how to do it, and then they got a bad dude in the way preventing them from doing what they know how to do. It's just naturally in their spirit to do it. But then they got an Israelite man that's a clown. He in the way. You know? So that coin can be vice versa and in return. So I'm not just coming down on the sisters talking about how rebellious and disrespectful they are. And they are, many of them, not all of them. But at the same hand, we got a lot of brothers that ain't doing their thing. They don't earn the respect of their wives, but then they want to command them what to do. And when the woman don't give you what you want her to do, now y'all got a problem. It's because you didn't do it right. Not that she doesn't want to submit. You don't know how to make a person submit to you. You think that this makes a person submit. Or you cussing them out and belittling them, you think makes a person submit. And when you say something nasty and vulgar out of your mouth and they don't hear you, they don't respect you, they're not going to obey you. A woman is only going to obey what she respects. If she doesn't respect you, she might hold on to you for you being a husband because she likes the sex that you bring. Or you like the dollars that you bring in the house. But other than that, she don't respect you. That's why on Friday night, she going out with her girlfriends. Oh, you can't go out. I'm Hebrew. This is my house. No, this is her house. You only pay the rent. Seriously. That happens too often in our communities with our people. Too often. We go and we live in something that belongs to them. We just met them. We're hooking up with them. It's cold, getting cold to the wintertime. So you know how we do. We need a place to go. What we do, we go shack up with the sister. She got a place, although she got 4 kids, man. I don't like no woman with kids, but guess what? It's getting cold. I need a place to go. So we sacrifice and we go and we move in with this chick. And we live with her. We put up with those bad kids, baby kids. She got baby kids. They really bad. But the sister, the whole ordeal is an unrighteous situation. But we put up with it because we ain't got nowhere else to go. When things turn topsy-turvy and it goes bad, we sacrifice because we don't want to get out the house. We let her do what she wants to do. She ends up wearing the pants and we end up wearing the skirt. That's why a man is supposed to be a man. Earn the respect of your woman before you're so busy trying to tell her what to do.
Well, like you said,
and that's what we don't do. A lot of our men, we don't earn that respect.
Like
we just want them to obey us.
Bring her, you got to bring a woman to you. As you quoted before, you don't go live with a woman. You bring her to your situation. You know,
pick her up from her situation and put her down in yours. I don't care if she owns her own house. It don't matter. Don't live with her.
Exactly.
Just rent that joker out and pick her up and put her in yours. But the moment that you find refuge in another woman's house and you lay your head, she always holds shots. You got to understand this. People laughing at me, but it's true. It's real. It's real. She could be the most righteous of the righteous, but you are a weak man in her mind, in the back of her mind. It's hard for her. She may respect you because she's a righteous sister, but it's hard for a woman to respect a man that cannot provide for her. Very difficult.
Okay.
Very difficult. Not that it can't happen. It's just that it's super, super difficult. Yes. We're going to get into the lesson.
You seen me provide. You know what I'm saying? You seen me provide and seen you still get
provide
this.
What? Couple hours?
Everything.
Couple hours?
Couple hours.
Yo, she's using that situation.
Yes.
To comfort her life, she's using that. Come on, you can't even get a door key.
Oh no. He ain't talking about me.
I hope not.
The brother,
this dude
I dropped the brother off to her house.
All week.
I dropped him off to her house. He outside, because you know I don't leave till my man get in the house. I drop him off. I'm saying because somebody might try to rob him and we might have to out the street. So I stand there and wait. This nigga ringing the doorbell.
I was with you a couple times.
Say, yo, why you ringing the doorbell? What's wrong?
We slap box him in the Sunday. Both of you. Bring your son too.
He ain't even got a key. He even got a key talking about this my house. Where you
No,
going?
I wasn't.
We leaving.
Yo,
We on the way back to Philadelphia. I said, where you going? He said, home. You going home and you ain't got no door key? Come, and you the man?
Hey man, don't ask me. You know I can't lie, bro. Don't ask me. You know I can't.
This is what we had.
It's
Let me start the lesson.
Hey,
Let me start the lesson.
let's start the lesson.
that's why a lot of
Can we start the
women
lesson?
don't respect us.
Say less.
Because we don't stand up as men.
Men.
And the man got his own house and won't move in it.
Yeah.
Because his nose is so far up the negative woman's butt. I hope she watching the video today. Because she need to change her ways. He got his own house, won't do nothing to it, won't move in it, because he want to stay right there with Jezebel.
We done took this in the slap box.
Hey, if I had to be honest today, if I could open up a little bit.
Yo, go ahead.
This is a reality, and I'm not just making fun of my man. I'm talking to everybody in the audience that's living in the same situation. The man is fully able and capable. Fully able and capable. But when he don't want to hook up with an Israelite sister because she's rebellious, but yet he'll stay married to this one chick and she totally is rebellious. Disrespectful, rebellious, and won't give him a door key. Terrible. But that's a reality for a lot of people. Couldn't be me. Matter of fact, I think it was me at one point in my life.
We ain't going to
I
the
think
whole
I might have fell victim to that at one point in my
life. We
life.
ain't talking about you
I
wasn't even a prince when that was
I might have said, you know
You
what?
wasn't even a prince when that happened.
I might have said, baby, you got that, you can have that, and went on about my business, but I ain't there. Couldn't be me. Won't let it happen. Plus, I got too many places. She could stay around the corner underneath the car if I had it. Right. Go ahead, you right. That's you, baby. Bang. Anyway, let's move on, because you making all the people leave.
Don't make the people leave. Shalom, everybody. I'm a work in progress. Let's start the lesson.
To the most reverend power, unknown by
Yes,
most,
most
desired by many, the power that hides himself from the mind of the wicked. He who judges man by the integrities of man's mind, and hears and answers the prayers of the humble and the meek, the protector of all creation, the master of all life and energy in all realms of existence, lover of all those who have been hurt and scarred mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Thou art the comfort and the companion to all in need. Thank you for loving us, Father. Shabbat Shalom. Toda Rabbah. Today's lesson we're going to start off is about prayer. It's about how to cleanse yourself. I gave you the whole rundown.
Yes.
Prevent those evil and negative entities from attacking you and coming in you and overwhelming you. Prayer. It says many do it. Many desire to know it, but just a few really understand its true strength. Prayer can actually move mountains for you. Prayer can actually bring you and make you super rich. Prayer can actually make your marriage a super success in your marriage. Through prayer, you can stop smoking cigarettes. You can stop smoking weed. You can leave alone addictions. Your neighbor can leave you alone from harassing you through prayer. Through prayer, you can do anything that your mind is capable of imagining. But a lot of people don't understand the power of prayer. A lot of us are trapped up in these bad relationships, and we don't even take it to the Creator. We keep thinking that we can physically do it. Or if I just show her this scripture, oh, that's going to help my relationship with her, and she's going to be a better wife, more righteous. You show her that scripture, and y'all argue about it for 15, 20 minutes before you finally give in. Or vice versa, she does the same thing with that man that we just talked about earlier. And they argue about 15, 20 minutes. He pulled a thing on her, but this is my house. She has to submit and shut up and be quiet. And she's never able. But through prayer, persistence and prayer, you can, not always, Because sometimes some people ain't meant to get it. But you can be victorious. Most of the time you will be. Through prayer. But a lot of people don't truly understand the benefit, the significance, or the need of prayer. Prayer is of the utmost importance. Prayer is a divine conversation between you and the Almighty. It's from on high. You give it back to Him. You're talking to the Most High. But things happen when you make prayer that a lot of us don't understand. When you sleep, do you understand when you sleep, your spirit takes on a new life? It takes on a real life. Not new, but it takes on a real life. When you rest, your sleep, this is why sleep is known as a sister of death. They're twins. When you lie down, a person can't really tell if you're dead or not just because you sleep. That's why they got to check your pulse and see if you're breathing. Sleep is the sister of death. When you lay down and sleep, your spirit leaves your body. Once you get into what they call the REM stage of sleep. The REM stage of sleep takes place a little later on in your sleep, like maybe about 45 minutes after you've been asleep. Your body, different levels, but as your sleep stage go deeper and deeper into sleep, your spirit is released more and more and more. So now when you're finally in that REM stage, your body is released. Your spirit is released. It goes wherever it needs to go. In that world. And that world is a real world. You're not going to dream about things that you don't have within you. Your dreams are always a message for you. That's a real existence. A very similar existence to that is when you make prayer. You prepare your spirit to go in a directed place that you direct toward the Almighty when you make prayer. Now, I'm not talking about when you just driving down the street like what I was doing with the girl and I recite a little prayer under my breath before the Creator or give Him His acknowledgement. I'm not talking about that prayer. I'm talking about that ritual prayer, that 5 o'clock, 2 o'clock before you go to bed prayer. When you go and you wash your feet, you wash your hands, you make sure you're smelling decent, and you go on your rug and you prostrate on your rug before the Almighty, those 3 times a day. I'm talking about that type of prayer. When you do those type of ritual prayers, your essence is opened up in the spiritual realm, and your traveling is traveling to the Creator. This is why you have to be in a ritual spiritual condition. A lot of people are not listening to what I'm saying because their spirit is not deep enough. Their spirituality is not deep enough to understand or make that transition. But if you do, and you're serious about worshiping this King, a lot of times when you make that form of prayer, you'll fall asleep on the floor. I ain't talking about when you're tired. I'm talking about when you're sincere. You'll fall asleep on the floor and then you'll wake up and never even know how long you've been there. But your essence has left you and it has went in the presence of the Almighty. This is why you have to be spiritually prepared when you make prayer. We're dealing with it on a spiritual level, and I have to take you there because I care for you. And I really want our people to see what the Most High has for us to see. A lot of us, we do things that prevents us from really seeing what the Most High has in store for us because we don't prepare ourselves properly. We go before the Most High like tradition has taught us to go before the Most High. Any way you want. The Lord will accept you any way you come. I would say yes in the case of an emergency. But when you have time to prepare yourself, the Most High says He's jealous. You can get prepared for the white man to go see Him downtown, but you can't get prepared to see the Creator. And you have time. Something's wrong with that. Okay? That's just the beginning, opening up form of prayer. Prayer isn't just words that one will say, but prayer is a life that one will live in order for his prayer to become reality. When you take a prayer before the throne of the Most High, you get up off that cart, the prayer rug. When you get up off that rug, your whole life has to become that prayer. Let's say, for example, if you got a vice, and it's just one small thing. You smoke cigarettes, and you pray to the Creator to help you to stop smoking cigarettes. When you get up off the floor, you have to take on that challenge of not smoking cigarettes. The Creator will remove it from you at that moment. But the test will come to you to see if you really meant the prayer that you said or if you didn't. If you really meant that prayer, you'll see that pack of cigarettes, throw it out, throw it in the trash, keep it moving. But if you didn't really mean that prayer, when your test comes, you're going to fall victim to that prayer, to that test. Do y'all understand me?
Okay.
Prayer is a communication between you and the Almighty in the spiritual realm while you're still trapped in the physical existence. Oftentimes, when one is most desperate, when we really need, or our life is at risk, or our health is at stake, or we're just really overwhelmed in this relationship or situation, or I'm really struggling to feed my 5 children. But oftentimes, in most desperate situations, we open up in that form of prayer. We really give the Most High the best of us. If you go to the doctors and the doctors tell you you have cancer and you got 3 months to live, most people don't want to die. So what they'll do at that time in their lives is they become super righteous and super holy.
Okay.
They turn toward the Most High. And they will do things that they know they're supposed to do, but always resisted from doing. That's a form of prayer. They didn't just ask the Most High to heal them, they can get up off the floor and go back to those old things, those old ways, those old habits. No, they actually changed their lives. So what I'm presenting to you today is that prayer is a lifestyle. Although you stop prostrating on that floor, your prayer does not cease. You understand me? Your prayer at that moment doesn't stop. It must continue through your lifestyle. Now, a lot of people say, well, he just doing that because he wants something from the Creator. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because the Most High Made gave you that to get you and pull you back to Him. You understand? But now the moment that that thing is gone, it's done. It's history. And you go back to the way you used to live, you're asking for danger. You're asking for destruction.
Okay.
What I will say to you is, you must be something super special to the Creator if He puts you through a situation like this to get your attention. That must mean that He doesn't want to lose you because you hold a key in the development of the nation of Israel. If you don't mean nothing, then He's going to let whatever happened to you happen. So you got cancer. So what? I'll heal you. Bang. And then you go back into the streets again. You say, oh, it don't matter. He ain't nobody anyway. Let him go. He's just another one of the voices in the crowd. But if you're something special to the Most High, He's going to try to get your attention in many different ways. And it's not always a punishment. Sometimes it's just Him tugging on your sleeve, tugging on your arm. Say, hey, yo, come on over here, man. I need you. And you might not even know what the service is that He needs you for, because He doesn't always let you know that. But you have to submit yourself to do His will. And through your submission to Him and not turning away from Him, His will be manifested through you in your life's journey. Yeah. You will fulfill the need that the Most High has for you. Oftentimes, when one is in the most desperate situation of something, he or she commands into themselves a different spirit. When you're feeling that need for the Most High to heal you, or to change your situation in your bad relationship, or to change your situation at work, when you get that desperate, you get to that desperate point, when your prayers become to like the prayers that I'm talking about, when you pray and you lose all focus of where you at and what you're doing, and your body just transcends into that next level of existence, when that happens, you're actually commanding within yourself a different type of spirit. It's a renewed spirit. You ever heard Dawid, you ever read in the scripture where Dawid asked the Most High to renew his mind, renew his spirit, give him a renewed spirit? That's all about what I'm telling you about right now. When you mean it, and you mean it in all sincerity, you get up off that floor, you have a new spirit upon you. Now, what you do to feed that spirit is what's most important. The only way you can feed that spirit is by changing your life to keep the laws, statutes, and the governing that the Most High has established in earth for man to live by. That's how you keep that spirit. You have to feed that spirit. This spirit that comes upon you causes you to begin and to think or focus on one particular desire much more often. Whatever it was that you desire from the Creator, right? When you got up off that floor from prayer, that thing will be in the back of your mind. And you don't have to keep praying for that one particular thing. You have to keep asking for that thing over and over and over. Once that spirit comes upon you, that's the blessings of the Most High working on you to heal you or to give you what it is that you were requesting. But you got to keep feeding that spirit. And what you're doing by feeding that spirit is showing the Most High that you really want this thing. You're showing him that you're willing to make the sacrifice to get what it is that you need, to bring it into your own life. You're feeding it through your actions, your thoughts, and your deeds. Now, that don't mean that a negative or evil thought won't enter into your mind. That doesn't matter, because that happens on a normal basis to normal, regular people. Okay. But because that evil, negative thought enters into your mind, doesn't mean you have to follow it. Doesn't mean that you give in to it. Because the adversary is doing his job. And what is the adversary? He is the tempter of man. They call him Ha-Satan. He's the tempter of man. So he's going to try you. He's going to put certain things in your spirit or in your mind. But it's how you deal with those things that's going to make you worthy of the blessings of the Creator or not. That prayer that you made, when you got up, it transformed your spirit. You became a new entity, but you got to feed that entity. And if you don't feed them, it's going to flee from you, and you're going to become that same person you were before. That's how people fall back into addictions. Because they didn't repetitively practice what they needed in their lives to keep that negative or that evil demon away from them. They gave in. And then they right back out there smoking pipe again, selling themselves. Same thing with us. In the spiritual realm, dealing with everyday problems. And when you give in to that spirit, what happens is, this is real. When you pray to the Creator, He lets that spirit up off you, and you become that new spirit, and you live in that life. If you backslide and begin to do what you used to do, you will do it 7 times worse than what you used to do. Okay. But this time, when you start doing it worse, you're going to do it with the thought, hey, I know I wasn't supposed to be, oh man, oh, I know I was, this is wrong. You're going to do it 7 times worse. It's going to be magnified. It's going to be increased in you. You're going to do it, and you're going to know that you're doing something that's evil and wrong, but you're not going to be able to resist it because it's 7 times worse in front of you. Before, sometimes you used to turn around and say, oh, no, I ain't going to do that. But now, you ain't going to have that willpower no more. You're going to be weaker than you've ever been. It isn't until that spirit comes in you and you walk and feed that spirit that you actually get strong enough to stay away. And how do you feed that spirit? How do you feed that righteous spirit? Prayer, meditation, and doing the commandments of the Creator. Doing the commandments of the Creator to the best of your ability means you walk in your integrity. Doesn't make you perfect. It means that you're walking in your integrity before the Creator. Okay. Doesn't make you perfect. Which means that those thoughts may enter your mind. Those desires may even enter your flesh. But you ward it off by making prayer. You ward it off by knowing this ain't what you're supposed to do. Separating yourself from it, and you fight it, you resist it, and you move on. If you notice, those spirits, when they come upon you and want you to do a certain thing, they only stay for a short period of time. And if you are strong enough to resist it for that period of time, you won. But if you give in one time to that evil and negativity, you got to start from scratch. if you have the opportunity to do so. Because you may not have that opportunity.
Okay.
Everybody think that we can't die. Or I ain't gonna die. I got a long time. And we make plans for tomorrow as if tomorrow's promised. And tomorrow is not promised to any of us.
Okay.
The man who died last week had plans for the next day. The man who died this morning had plans for today. But he's gone now. Those plans are irrelevant. You get to a place where that request of yours is so strong in your mind that you want to be healed, you want to be in a better marriage, you need more money, or you just want to live a righteous life. That becomes so prominent in your mind when that new spirit comes upon you that everything else in your life takes a second place, a second seat, a back seat. And that becomes your primary goal in life. You think about it when you wake up, you think about it when you walk in your way, you think about it when you lay down, and when you rest, and when you eat. You're thinking about your prayer to the Almighty. That's how you know when your prayer became a part of you. When I was driving down the street, and I saw Big Butt Susie, where I used to couldn't control myself, now I have the ability to control myself. So if I still desire to look at Big Butt Susie and be like, hey, Big Butt Susie. Today it'll be, hey, Big Butt Susie. Tomorrow it'll be, Big Breast Helen.
Wow.
The next day it'll be, pretty thighs Karen.
Yeah.
The next day it'll be, Big Butt Susie, Big Thigh Karen, pretty thigh Karen, Big Breast Helen, and Mary Jane with the pretty lips. It'll get on you worse and worse and worse and worse because you gave in to what you know you wasn't prepared to fight. Don't fight a battle that you can't win because you know you got that problem. Know yourself. When you know yourself, be honest with yourself and avoid temptation at every cost.
Okay.
It might be for some people, it might be drugs where they can't stop from smoking crack. Your body becomes chemically dependent on crack cocaine. The best way is to have repetitive actions in your mind to reprogram your cells in your body to resist the desire of that drug. And all of that can be done through your spiritual walk. That's why in those clubs, those drug alcohol addiction programs, they get those people into those groups and they incorporate in them religious practices to get them through the walk. Yes.
I had a question about prayer. Do you pray to the Creator for the strength? Because what if you prayed, you need to pray for the strength to get you through a situation. Because if you turn around and ask the Creator or pray for, say, I'll pray to want to work at PHA again. Like, I need a job. But the Creator's like, hey, I got a different walk for you. That you could become a millionaire and have freedom. But my mind is only on, hey, I want to work for the housing authority. I'll pray every day that He makes a way for me. But the Creator's like, hey, I'm not going to grant you that wish because I have a different, I need you to be able to leave town at any time you want to do whatever you need to do. I need you here, free from the white man. But my mind is looking for comfort.
A slave.
A slave.
Because
Because I don't
a
have,
slave and the Creator's trying to keep you free.
He's trying to keep me free. Or if I'm like, hey man, you know, I want
Slave is
that woman,
always
I want
easier
that
to
woman down South Philly. And the Creator's like, hey, yo, man, I got something better for you. But I'm like, no, I need that. And he's like, all right, go ahead. There you go.
I tell you, the Most High gives you over to your desires.
But that's where that you have to pray, my opinion, and that's why I don't do the prayer the prayer the way you pray. You know, I'm situational. Like as I'm going through my day, I pray because I find myself, hey, the Creator's like, listen, if if I give you that AMG you want, you're just gonna drive it right over the bridge, and you ain't gonna be here. So I'm not gonna grant you that wish. Here's this. You understand what I'm saying? Or here's the opportunity that you can do this. But if I pray for a certain thing, that might not be in the Creator's plans for the overall nation.
Then that's why every time you pray,
Yeah.
you ask the Most High to allow His will to be done in your life. Even if His will supersedes your will.
Right.
So whenever you pray, if it's not the right thing for you and your direction,
Gotcha.
you pray for the Most High's will to be done in your life. One of the sisters, Royal Zoe, she says that she prayed to she thanked the Creator for allowing her to beat a drug addiction without having to go to rehab. So that's a
Powerful.
That's going right
Yeah,
now.
that's powerful right there.
Yeah.
It is. But that's the power of prayer. A prayer must come from the pit of one's own self. Deep inside of one's own consciousness is where a prayer comes from. One's own soul. Your prayer becomes a way of life for you. It's not just you laying on the floor. It becomes your actions. Even after you get up off the floor, you are walking in that prayer. You never cease from praying. Even when you end out your prayer, Toda Rabah Abi Kikoya Otanu Abi Toda Rabah. Even when you finish out your prayer, it never ceases. It continues to flow. You understand me? When you get up off the floor, you become that prayer. It has to come from deep inside of you. And once it's spoken through your mouth, it now takes on a life in the realm of existence of its own. Your prayer should always be heard through your lips. What are you saying, Prince? The spiritual realm that surrounds us works off of a vibrational level. Even if you whisper a prayer, you have to release vibrations into the universe. You must, when you pray, not that your thoughts don't have power, but you must release a vibration in the universe for it to take place. Do you follow me? That's the best way to have the full effect of a prayer. You don't have to say it loud. You don't have to get up and shout, but you must let it pass through your lips. Bring that vibration so that that prayer has that energy or that strength that's needed to get it in the presence of the Creator, to bring it into existence. But when you pray, your prayer now takes on a life of its own in the realm of an existence that's unknown to most people. But it must continuously feed to properly grow and become exactly what the prayer was, or the person who was making the prayer. It has to continuously feed in order for it to become what they requested. If you let a prayer out of your mouth and then you don't get up and feed it, or you don't become that prayer, then your null and void is not working. If the woman got cancer, she prayed to the Most High to heal her from cancer. She get up off the floor and she go and start eating McDonald's food again. Then what was the purpose of her asking the Most High for healing?
Right.
Wasn't no reason. You cannot continue on in the same things you do or have been doing when you ask the Most High for some type of healing. You can't do that. When a woman asks to be released from her husband, right? She returned back home to that man that's abusive, right? And she does nothing in preparations for the day when the Most High is going to release her. Why does she ask to be released? Save your money up. You know what I mean? Find a way to make money, first of all. Save your money up. Get your kids together. Get a little storage bag, put away somewhere, and be ready for when the Most High removes you from that situation, you're able to go.
Yeah.
With the least difficulties as possible. It just made me that the Most High strike that man dead. I seen it happen. He strike that man dead. He gone. He left you with some money. You could just add that to the money you already put together. You know, it's a shameful thing, and I hate to talk so much about the negative side of divorce or the negative side of prayer, but these are the realities that our people are facing today. A lot of us. You got to feed that prayer. And it grows through the mind, constantly desiring it and focusing on it daily. Once spoken, it doesn't need to be spoken again. Only through meditation and prayer and living in one's life through the actions, thoughts, and deeds do one do and become that prayer. It must become your acquaintance at every opportunity given. Think upon the request, and soon you will have the most desired thoughts of your mind. As long as your prayers is with the Most High, are in alignment with the Most High's will for your life. Because a lot of times we ask for things that are not in the best interest of our lives. And the Most High has to protect us often from things that are not good for us. Sometimes He'll give you a little taste of what you asked for just so you can see it. But oftentimes when that happens, we don't have enough strength to pull back and say, oh, you know what, Creator? Yeah, I'm sorry. I asked for that. You showed it to me, but man, I don't want to be a part of that. We don't have enough strength. We say, oh, the Most High gave it to me, like me. The Most High gave it to me. The Most High showed me this. My brother said, yo, Prince, the Creator ain't showed you that. Prince said, no.
He ain't in there.
Prince said, no, the Most High, He gave me this. He showed me this. I laid down the whole situation and how it happened. And I have to agree, the Most High did show it to me. Because he wasn't finished kicking my butt yet.
Yeah.
So like my brother said, he was right. And I should have listened. But I thought I knew better than the one the Most High sent to me at that time to help me to get out of that situation. I thought I knew better. And it wasn't so. The brother was right.
Why did I go down that road? And when I made that left, they was right there.
Right there.
Right there.
Wait.
It was divine.
And I didn't see them in years.
It was divine.
Behind the art museum. That little cove right there.
Yeah.
I said, man, I don't care. No, go ahead.
It has
That
to
was
become your
10 years
acquaintance.
ago.
It has to become your acquaintance.
Yes.
It has to become your acquaintance. Every opportunity you get, that prayer, it must be a part of you, a part of your life. The things that you need to do to incorporate that prayer in your life must be a part of your life. If one was to pray to become righteous and to live a righteous lifestyle, and after the prayer, he rose up from his face to the earth, but continued in his daily activities, contrary to the very thing that he prayed for, he had just made the power of the Almighty unreal. And he has caused the power within himself to fade. You might have to go back and rewind this tape so that you can hear that again, to it get its full effect and sink in. This person has no idea of what it is to pray. You can have or be whatever you desire if your energy is gathered together, if it's brought together in righteousness. So we can get the nation of Israel to all come together on one accord with one agenda in righteousness and truth. We can have whatever we decide to do. Do you understand the type of power that gives us as a people? The Muslims do it. And look where they at in the earth. Almost every city has a masjid. Their house of worship set up, organized, and structured. But where's our temples at? We got Temple Kifarim over here, and it's down in the ground, it's down in the gutters. We got to get it together.
Yes, we do.
You see?
Need that.
How many of you have ever known a person, or maybe even yourself, has been this person? When a tragedy happens in the person's life, like a car accident, or your child slip and fall and break his leg. And in this accident, the eyes were badly damaged to the point where they were in jeopardy of losing their sight. Or when, upon a routine visit to the doctors inform you that you're about to pass away. You got cancer, or you have some type of disease, destroying your kidneys. And they inform you of this. You got 6 months to live in either situation. Most people that believe in the Almighty will be at their very best within that time, seeking to gain mercy from the Father because He is able to heal all sicknesses. And He created the eye so He can return one's sight unto Him. But at a time of hearing the possibility of living without these things, one would instantly summon a more perfect spirit upon oneself, and they would transform instantly to get the results that they want. He will become so convincing to man that he desires to change and will become a different person. All the time while in the hospital, he commands this new spirit upon himself through his methods, through his thoughts, his deeds, his actions while in the hospital. And rejecting the old evil spirit from his past life or his past behavior. Even that non-believer will begin to believe in religion. He'll find religion. He'll look for religion. I have to classify it as religion because that's what the world understands it to be. He'll grab onto religion. He'll take hold of it. And he will do whatever he's supposed to in the correct path of choosing for his life to live by that religion. But soon after he receives word that he is able to see, or that the disease has been miraculously resolved or disappeared, one begins slowly to allow that old evil spirit to creep in and overtake him. That old saying is very true. It's definitely a true saying. It's a Temple Kephirim original. That time is the true teller of all things. All the time you were in the hospital, you was on your best behavior. You incorporated that prayer in your life because you realized where you were, the condition you were in. But the moment you got better, slowly but surely, might have took a week for some people, might take a year for others, maybe 2 years, 3 years even, because they wasn't feeding that spirit. It took them some time, but they came right back to that old person that they used to be. If the Most High saves you from a condition, keep doing what you had to do to get saved from that condition to please the Creator. Okay. Prayer. Many do it, many desire to know it, but only a few understand its true strength. Prayer isn't just words that one will say, but prayer is a life that one must live in order for a prayer to become reality. When we pray, we are not to sit back and wait for something to miraculously fall upon us. We must actively summon the mercy and favor from the Creator by becoming that request, by living out our desires and trusting in the Father to give us the ability to do it, because it becomes more effective in our lives until we become totally consumed by that Spirit. Do y'all understand me? A good scripture for you to read would be 2 Kings chapter 20. Isaiah 38 and 5. But check 2 Kings chapter 20. You'll read about King Hezekiah, who understood the need for prayer. Are there any questions? Do we have any questions? I want to say this before I leave off. Meditation is most important. Oftentimes you have to meditate, but meditation is a form of prayer. You don't stop meditating ever, just like you do in prayer. You might get up off the floor, but your mind is still in that spiritual state while you're walking in this life. You understand me? Okay.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
What's more important? The way we do the laws with one another, like keeping our word, not stealing, lying, coveting, adultery, or being spiritual and praying. Because, no.
You can't do one without the other. If you're being spiritual and you're praying, then you're going to treat each other like you're supposed to.
Okay.
You can't treat each other like you're supposed to without being spiritual and praying. It won't happen. You can't do one without the other.
Okay, and I'm not, maybe you might know of a congregation or heard of one where I went to a congregation, remain nameless, and their whole thing was praise and prayer.
That's not spiritual. That doesn't make it spiritual because they
Praise
prayed and praising.
And prayer.
Who they praying and praising to?
I believe they're praying to it's a Hebrew congregation.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And they're full of praise and prayer. But not all, but most of the people there live an unrighteous, jealous, unrighteous life. But they do a lot of praise, a lot of singing, and a lot of prayer. And they never really crack the book open during class. Well, not class, but it's their ritual thing.
It's all about your walk. As I said earlier, the two of those are hand in hand. They have to go together.
But I think you need to be solid on your walk. And then...
You have to be solid on both.
Okay.
They go together. You can't have a walk without being spiritually in tune with the Creator. You can't be spiritually in tune with the Creator unless you have a walk. So all that stuff in between doesn't make sense. It's irrelevant. You can pretend to be spiritual, and that'd be like you saying, for face value, it appears to be that we're praising the Creator. But it's not that.
Right.
Are there any other questions?
No, that's it.
So I want you to know, family, that fasting is extremely important when you're praying to the Creator. Fasting is super important because fasting forces certain demons out of you as well. Certain lustful demons, habitual demons, demons that are no good for you, certain spirits, fasting opens you up and forces them out. So, these are all different techniques that you can incorporate in your life to change your life to become a more spiritual being. Thereby incorporating the laws of the Most High in you, which will consolidate and conceal everything for you in the end. Yes?
I had a question. We fast every Wednesday.
Yes.
I've been just doing it. My question was, I know the Most High knows everything, but should I speak that into existence and ask Him to accept that?
Absolutely.
Everyone. Okay, because sometimes I just do it since I'm used to doing it, and I don't, say, I'm fasting for you, Most High. I just do it, But I should always speak that into existence. Okay.
Absolutely. That's a good thing. That's a good trait and characteristic. Any other questions? All right, family. May the Most High be praised forever and forever. Toda Rabbah. And thank you to the listening audience for coming in and tuning in and giving us the opportunity to enrich you with the Spirit of the Creator. May the Most High be praised. Shalom.